Hello and welcome to another rush hour episode of Trains App, and today you join me at Leighton Buzzard on the West Coast Mainline, where you'll be seeing services from Avanti West Coast, London Northwestern Railway, and with any luck, some freight as well. That was 391.30 heading to some far and distant land. No southern services, as apparently their timetable, do you watch him a flip, has them only running to Watford from now on, which a bit of a shame, but oh well. Always loved Leighton Buzzard. It's changed over the years, but it was my original hometown. Born and raised here. Plenty of fond memories. So this always is a regular for me. So, with that being said, let us see what shall turn up. Okay, our first freight train of the day is going to be courtesy of a GBRF 66 going from London Gateway to Hams Hall. And she is certainly not hanging about. So here we have 66768. Kicking up an almighty amount of wind. Plenty of containers on board. As we're also going to have a London Northwestern Railway Class 350, or a pairing of 350s pass by bound for London Euston. (255) and 114. I want to say that they are working the Crewe to London service. Okay, the next train to pass by will be 390-119 for Avanti West Coast, going from Edinburgh Waverley to London Euston. You're not going to lose that in a hurry, are you? Okay, the next train to make an appearance is going to be the 1634 London Northwestern Railway service from Northampton to London Euston. I'm well ahead of you, Anne. I've already said it. And there go some pigeons, because no film would be complete without pigeons. So leading proceedings is 352.52. Squeaky brakes, bit of a hard brake there, blimey. Well, I'll get the rear when she'd be doing the departing. Okay, the next train to pass by will be another Avanti West Coast Class 390 going from Liverpool Lime Street to London Euston. And that is worked by 390-126. Okay, then about ready to depart now will be the 1634 London Northwestern Railway service to London Euston. And on the rear is 350-108. We also have coming in a London Northwestern Railway service from London Euston bound for Milton Keynes Central. Leading proceedings is 350-109. With 350-249 bringing up the rear. Still in its former London Midland colour scheme. Not a huge amount of people on board, it must be said. And the next train to pass by will be another Avanti West Coast Class 390 going from Manchester Piccadilly to London Euston. 390-138. With a bit of a breeze coming along at the same time. And I think about ready to depart now will be the 1635 London Northwestern Railway service to Milton Keynes Central. Surprising amount of people got off. Looking a little bit second-hand on the back. Okay, the next train to pass by will be another Avanti West Coast Class 390 going from London Euston to Manchester Piccadilly. Worked by 390-125, complete with a blood splatter just near the handle to unlock the coupling hatch. Lovely. Lovely jobbly. Why are you going that accent? I don't know. Do you want to do more accents during this film? Maybe. That wasn't an accent. Yeah, shut up. That was. Yes, but why go for that one? I don't know. Why are you doing accents in the first place? Just speak normally. Yeah, but it's more fun doing accents. Is it really though? Is it really? You could offend the entire nation. Yes, I could. Is that going to stop you? Possibly not. Who knows? Could be a new form of entertainment. Accents at. Christ, that's a scary thought in itself. Okay, the next train to pass by is going to be a mystery for me because I wasn't expecting this to turn up. It's going to be a 66 of some variation. It's fantastic from GB 66726. Well, it's not the heaviest load I've ever seen. I'll have to try and see where that's come from because I wasn't expecting another GB66 for about another hour or so. Not going to complain about the toner. That was absolutely fantastic from the driver there. Thank you very much. Okay, the next train to pass by is another Avanti West Coast Class 390. 390-107. No idea where it's come from, as I was trying to search real-time trains for the origins of that 66 that just came through, and I'm not seeing anything. There's no paths that have been activated or running incredibly early, so that remains a mystery. Okay, the next train to make an appearance is going to be a duo of Avanti West Coast 221 Super Voyagers going from London Euston to Birmingham New Street. 112 and 101. And we also have incoming the 1654 London Northwestern Railway service to London Euston only. This is running from Northampton. Traditionally this service starts at Birmingham New Street. So in your proceedings with a very pale 3/4 of a door is 35373. I shall get the rear when she departs, as we also have coming another pair of Avanti West Coast 221 Super Voyagers going from Birmingham New Street to London Euston. (221-114) and I want to say 221-119, but don't quote me on that. I am well aware I could look on real-time trains to give me the information, but that is way too easy. I prefer to try and test the eyesight, as I'm usually pretty good at picking up numbers on high-speed trains going past me fairly close. I'm sure someone will correct me either way. It's never stopped you up before. Keep up the good work. Okay, then about ready to depart now will be the 1654 London Northwestern Railway service to London Euston. The Avanti West Coast 390 that I couldn't identify the origins of was Glasgow Central. There goes some more pigeons. On the rear is former Transpennine 350-408, as we now have incoming another Avanti West Coast Class 390 going from London Euston to Glasgow Central. 39134 screaming her way through as the wheels grind along the tracks. And there goes another pigeon. Okay, the next train to pass by is going to be another Avanti West Coast Class 390 going from Manchester Piccadilly to London Euston. (390.042). Okay, the next train to pass by is going to be a trio of Royal Mail 325s going from Willesden to Shieldmere. Looks like it's the second train of the evening. 325011. .009 on the rear. Have not got a clue who's in the middle. Plenty of dust being kicked up and a nice tone from the driver there. Thank you very much. There was a Royal Mail train that came through at 4:10 from Willesden to Shieldmere. So obviously needing to send another train up for capacity, which is always good to see. And in regards to the mail trains, they're going to be making a rather strong comeback, because Royal Mail are building a new distribution centre at the Daventry Rail Freight Terminal, and they're going to be sending out loaded mail trains from there with the aim of taking their own lorries off the road. So we could start seeing more and more mail trains making a return across the network. And then the next train to pass by will be a duo of London Northwestern Railway Class 350s going from Birmingham New Street to London Euston. (350.126) and former Transpennine 350.404. Okay, the next train to disturb the peace will be another Avanti West Coast Class 390 going from London Euston all the way to Manchester Piccadilly. Courtesy of 390.020. As we also have incoming the 1707 London Northwestern Railway service from Milton Keynes Central to London Euston, worked by a duo of Class 350s. Needed proceedings will be 352.49. I'll get the rear set when she departs. I should already know it because I've already seen it, but I've forgotten. I know, go figure. Not so much squeaky brakes, more whiny brakes. Specifically, those ones. Okay, as my autofocus is really having a mare, about to depart now will be the 1707 London Northwestern Railway service to London Euston. Interesting how they've now got the warning stickers on the outside of the doors. I want to say it's 149 on the back of this. No, 109. Well, I've got the one part right and the 9. It's just the other number. And then we're going to have an Avanti West Coast 221 Super Voyager, or a pair of 221 Super Voyagers going through with a service from London Euston all the way to Edinburgh Waverley. (142) and 113. Okay, rounded the bend underneath the bridge is going to be an Avanti West Coast Class 390 going from Blackpool North to London Euston. (390.143) I want to say. I really want to say 143. Okay, around the distance is going to be a pair of London Northwestern Railway Class 350s going from London Euston to Crewe. 245 and 263 with the honours for that one. Right, and the next train to pass by is going to be another pair of London Northwestern Railway Class 350s. I have no idea where they're going. (105) and 374 bound for Northampton. I might as well have not bothered pausing because the next train to pass by almost immediately is going to be another pair of Avanti West Coast 221 Super Voyagers going from Holyhead to London Euston. (221-114) and 221-102. And then the next train to pass by will be another Avanti West Coast Class 390 going from Manchester Piccadilly to London Euston. (391.52). That actually sounded really good as it was decelerating. Oh, I can smell those brakes. Cool. Wow, there's actually a lot of brake dust being kicked up by that. Oh, he's actually hitting those. He's hitting those brakes really hard. Jesus. It's almost like he slammed on the emergency brakes. There was that much smoke coming off and it's that strong of a smell. Blimey. Oh, well, there we are then. Okay, the next train to arrive is going to be the 1720 London Northwestern Railway service from London Euston to Birmingham New Street via Northampton. A very genteel approach. Oh, and that Northampton service was actually the late running 1643. We're supposed to stop here, but they've just sent it straight through. So lead to proceedings is 350-261. With 350-110 on the rear. As we also have coming through another Avanti West Coast Class 390 going from London Euston to Glasgow Central. City of Birmingham 390-132. Okay, then the next train to make an appearance will be another pair of London Northwestern Railway Class 350s going from Crewe to London Euston. Then there'll be a GBRF 66 going from Merch Coppice to London. 246 and 102. And then I'll keep her rolling as the GB66 will be rolling through in a moment. 66 760. Going from Birch Coppice to, I think it's London Gateway. Either that or it's Felixstowe. I'll double check on that one. So I get a couple of new container flats on there as well. Mostly 20-foot containers on board that service. As there goes the 1720 London Northwestern Railway service to Birmingham New Street with all manner of dirt and muck on the rear of 350-110. Okay, passing through now is another Avanti West Coast Class 390 going from London to Manchester Piccadilly. Be together 390-001, and the GB66 was bound for London Gateway. Okay, the next freight train to pass by will be a Freightliner 66 going from London Gateway to Garston. She is definitely not hanging about. With a really bright front light. 66568. we also had 390-114 going through with the Avanti West Coast service from London Euston to Liverpool Lime Street. One almost fully loaded container train with a refrigerated container, put my teeth back in, on the rear. Alrighty then, the next freight train to pass by is going to be another Freightliner 66 going from Felixstowe to... oh blimey, Lawley Street, that's the one. Worked by 66536. Couple of new container wagons on there. Right then, the next train to arrive is going to be the 1736 London Northwestern Railway service from Northampton to London Euston, worked by a pair of Class 350s, with the first being 350-377. Well, hello. And there goes 390-002, bound for some far and distant land. And then the next train to pass by will be another Avanti West Coast Class 390 going from Liverpool Lime Street to London Euston. 390-049. The mystery Pendolino was bound for Manchester Piccadilly. And now departing is the 1736 London Northwestern Railway service to London Euston. And on the rear of this is 350-242, complete with some chipped away paintwork. Okay, passing through now is another Avanti West Coast Class 390. .008 with a nice spark for the pantograph, working a service from Manchester Piccadilly to London Euston. And hitting the brakes really hard. Wow! The smoke coming off those brakes. My God. And the smell. Whew. Okay, the next freight Yes. The next freight train to pass by is going to be a Freightliner 66 going from Crewe Bass Hall to Felixstowe. With very bright LEDs leading the way. 66572. With a nice quick blast from the driver there just as he was going past. Thank you very much. Okay, well this was supposed to be passing through, but looks like it's going to be stopping. So this will be a London Northwestern Railway service from London Euston to Milton Keynes Central, worked by a pair of Class 350s, with 350-371 leading the way. With former Transpennine 402 on the rear. Okay, well, assuming this is right then, it's now going to be the late running 1738 London Northwestern Railway service to Milton Keynes Central. Right then, the next train to pass by is going to be another Avanti West Coast Class 390 going from London Euston to Birmingham New Street. 390-047. And then down in the distance is going to be the 1743 London Northwestern Railway service from Northampton from London Euston to Northampton. Well done. Worked by a trio of Class 350s. So pity the 319s aren't running at the moment, but can't have it all your own way, can you? So leading the way is going to be 350-123. With former Transpennine 401 in the middle, complete with a flat wheel. With 114 bringing up the rear. Fair few people on board. A bit of a sudden stop. Okay, then get ready to depart now. It's going to be the late running 1743 London Northwestern Railway service to Northampton. Alright then, the next train to pass by is going to be another Avanti West Coast Class 390 in the form of 390-121, going from Birmingham New Street to London Euston. Okay, the next train to pass by will see the return of 390-119, working a service from London Euston to Glasgow Central. And the next train to pass by is going to be another... Christ. Another Avanti West Coast Class 390 Penzolino going from Glasgow Central to London Euston. (390-122). And here we have, courtesy of Freightliner, is 66-587. With a cracking two-tone going from Diston O'Connor to Felixstowe North. Okay, the next freight train to pass by is going to be the GBRF 66 going from Trafford Park Euro Terminal to Felixstowe North. (66-733). quite mixed bag of container wagons on there. Certainly giving it what for, that's for sure. And we're then going to have an Avanti West Coast Class 390 passing by with a service from London Euston to Manchester Piccadilly. (390,043). And there, the next train to pass by is another Avanti West Coast Class 390 going from Liverpool Lime Street to London Euston. City of Lichfield 390,011. Okay, the next train to pass by is going to be a DB Cargo UK Class 66 on the car train from Dagenham to Moss End. Courtesy of 66164. The wind was courtesy of all of the transit vans on that train. That has got to be one expensive train. Oh. Right, and here we have an Avanti West Coast Class 390 Penzolino bound for Manchester. (390,126). The two previous 390s I got the wrong way round. It was London to Liverpool and Manchester to London. Okay, the next train to pass by is going to be another Avanti West Coast Class 390 going from London Euston to Glasgow Central. (390,138). Okay, coming in now, running almost 15 minutes late, it's going to be the 1755 London Northwestern Railway service from Northampton to London Euston. Leading the way is going to be 350,374, and then I shall get to the rear when she departs. Okay, about ready to depart now is going to be the late running 1755 London Northwestern Railway service to London Euston. This will be running non-stop from here to London Euston. With 350,105 bringing up the rear. Okay, the next train to arrive, coming in 3 minutes late, will be the 1810 London Northwestern Railway service from Milton Keynes Central to London Euston. And I've already forgotten what the numbers of these 350s were, so I'll be calling them out again. I know, I can hardly believe it myself. He's got it wrong. No, he hasn't even got it wrong. He's got that wrong because he didn't get it wrong first time around. Do you want to shut up? Yeah. Do you want to try again? It's not worth it now, is it? Not really. Anyway, laugh at your own jokes. Next Trenine? Really? It's a Trenine apparently. Oh, never mind. What have we got here then? (408) and 373 going from London Euston to Crewe, and that was a former Transpennine 408, and this is a former Transpennine 402. I'll get the rear when she leaves, just in case you all want a refresher, because I'm nice like that. And then the next train to pass by is another Avanti West Coast Class 390 going from Edinburgh Waverley to London Euston. (390,141). Seems to be a bit of a delay with the 1810 getting out of here. So whether or not something's happened with a passenger on board that service, I couldn't tell you. And then the next train to pass by will be a duo of London Northwestern Railway Class 350s bound for Northampton. .404 and 126. Ah. Away she goes. And it was 371 on the rear. Okay, we have another Avanti West Coast Class 390 passing by. .391.29, and it's called Brett, apparently. Okay. No idea where that's come from, so quick check on the old real-time trains for that one. Okay, the next train to arrive is going to be the 1820 London Northwestern Railway service from London Euston to Birmingham New Street via Northampton, worked by a pair of Class 350s. The mysterious Pendo was from Manchester Piccadilly to London Euston. So leading proceedings we have 350.122. And on the rear is 350.237. Fair few people on board. Not completely full to capacity, but a fair amount of people. Okay, and then the next train to pass by will be another Avanti West Coast Class 390 going from London to Lancaster. .107. Okay, now departing is the 1820 London Northwestern Railway service to Birmingham New Street, as coming through 25 minutes late is a London-bound London Northwestern Railway service from Birmingham New Street. .106 and 262. Okay, I have no idea where this is going. It's 390.042 for Avanti West Coast, and it's a Pendolino. That's about what I can tell you for the moment. Okay, the next train to pass by is another Avanti West Coast Class 390 going from London Euston to Liverpool Lime Street. The previous 390 was bound for Manchester Piccadilly. .124. Okay, the next train to pass by, running about 5 minutes late, would be a duo of London Northwestern Railway Class 350s going from Crewe to London Euston. Leading the way is 350.120. With 350.113 bringing up the rear. Okay, the next train to pass by is going to be the Avanti West Coast Class 390 going from Liverpool Lime Street to London Euston. Worked by 390.151. Okay, here we have the return of 221.102 and 221.114, working Avanti West Coast service to Wrexham General and Holyhead. And the next train to come from underneath the bridge will be another Avanti West Coast 390 going from Manchester to London. Worked by 390-046. And we have a new form of train on the network. Fairly light engine move we have happening here. New track inspection unit. I reckon that's what it is. Oh, we found a fault. Fixed the fault. And we're off. Well done. Oh, there's a new fault. Oh no, it's just reading the safety notice. Well done. Carry on your good work, sir. Okay, we've got a couple of services coming in here. The first is going to be... (350-109) and 249 working a service from London Euston to Northampton. And here we have 350-108 with one of our classmates working a service from London Euston to Milton Keynes Central. 252. So we see the return of these as well. Almost empty. Okay, to part now is the late running 1835 London Northwestern Railway service to Milton Keynes Central. Okay, the next train to make an appearance is going to be the 1843 London Northwestern Railway service from London Euston to Northampton, worked by a trio of Class 350s. So, leading the way is going to be 350-102. Then you've got 350-246 in the middle. And 350-255 brings up the rear. And there's probably plenty of people on board this train. They're just spread out across the entirety of it. That was a very gentle stop. Right then, departing now is the 1843 London Northwestern Railway service to Northampton. There were actually quite a few people that got off that train. More so than I first thought there would be. Okay, the next train to pass by is going to be a DB Cargo UK Class 66 going from Trafford Park Euro Terminal to London Gateway DB Cargo. And she's certainly not hanging about. Nice two-turn there from the driver. Decent length consist as well. 66-149. And as she continues onwards, I shall leave it there. Thank you all very much for watching, it is greatly appreciated. If you have enjoyed this day, then please do like and subscribe. Feel free to leave a comment. I do go back to them as and when I get the opportunity to. Thoroughly enjoyed filming here, as another Avanti West Coast Class 390 decides to make an appearance. So I'll get this, but I have no idea where she's off to. Sees a return of 390, almost got a 350 then, 390-152. Always love filming at Leighton Buzzard. As I say, it always holds a special place for me. I probably film here 2 or 3 times every year. I'm not apologetic for it. It's a fantastic station. It has oodles of character. Absolutely love it. My next rush hour film is going to be from... it's actually going to be just down the line from here at the Linslade curve. That's a cracking spot to go to. So that will be my next rush hour film. After that, I'll then be going to King's Sutton on the Chiltern Mainline. But if you have any rush hour stations you'd like to see filmed at, please do let me know and I'll see what I can do, but I can't make any promises. So, until next time, from me here at Leighton Buzzard, I shall see you all later. Take care, guys. Goodbye.